So, this is lesson 23. So we're trucking along. We're going to start a new topic tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, for today, we're still taking those baby steps, right? So our numbers are getting a bit bigger, but it's the same objective as yesterday. So we're going to divide 3 and 4 digit dividends. So the numbers inside are going to be 3 and 4 digits, okay? By 2-digit divisors, resulting in 2 and 3-digit quotients, okay? And we will still have remainders today. So reasoning about the decomposition of successive remainders in each place value. Remember, that's just the stuff that builds up on the bottom, right? That's the successive remainders, and then your final remainder is the one that you write at the top, okay? So same objective as yesterday, just with some bigger numbers. So go ahead and put everything away right now that you're going to be distracted by. I will wait until everything's away. Even the sillies. Come on, that ain't working. Thank you, Diego, for looking on it. Yeah, I'm going to put the pen away. Thanks. Okay, here you go. So I will do one of them, and then you will join me on the next one. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So, standard algorithm, I write my big number friend on the inside. I need a little bit more room than that. Not bad. Okay. 6,247 divided by 29. That's what we're working with. Whew. Okay. So a little bigger than yesterday, but that's okay. You guys can handle it, right? Here is where breaking down the place value is going to be helpful, okay? So this is where I think that strategy will help a lot of you. Because now looking at 29 going into 1,000, right? That's a lot, okay? Yeah. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys just break it up by place value, okay? Can 29 go into 6?
No.
No, okay? But 29 can go into 62, so I'm going to start there. So using the idea of rounding and estimating, right? 29 is close to 30. 62 is close to 60. So 30 goes into 62 2 times. So I'm going to go with that. So 29 times 2 is what I'm looking at. So 29 times 2, I got to make sure that that's going to work. Okay? So 2 times 9 equals 18. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 gives me 5. Okay? Can I squeeze another 29 in there?
No.
No, I would go over, so that doesn't work, okay? So 2 does work, so 29 times 2 gave me 58. Sorry, I'm a little slanted, but hopefully you can still read it, okay? So 62 minus 58 is going to give me 4, okay? And then my next step is to bring down. So I've got 44 as this is that successive remainder, right? So right now my remainder is 44, but I can still keep going, okay? Can I finish the problem and then answer your question? Well, I'm looking at it as a whole of like counting up to 62. 62 minus 58 is 4. I don't have to do the borrowing, but if you need to, that's okay. So can I take 8 away from 2? No, so I gotta borrow. Okay, that 1 that I steal comes over, that 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4, 5 minus 5 is 0. So when it's like a problem like that, Charlie, I don't have to do the borrowing if I can just count up, right? But if it's gonna be confusing, go ahead and borrow, okay? All right, so I got 4, and then I brought down my 4. So my successive remainder is now 44, but I can keep going, okay? So 29 goes into 44 1 time, right? Because we saw that 29 times 2 is 58, and that's way too big, okay? Can I wait till after this? Okay. So 29 goes into 44 1 time. 29 times 1 is 29. And then here personally is where you can still count up and find what the difference is, but here's personally where I just go ahead and do the borrowing. So I can't take 9 away from 4, so I gotta borrow from my tens place. This becomes 14, okay? 14 minus 9 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1, okay? I still have to bring down that next number, okay? Even if I get a 2-digit number from subtracting, I still need to bring down. You can't move on until you bring down, okay? So I got 15, and then I brought down my 7, so now 29 going into 157. Again, 29 is close to 30. 157 is close to 150. So 30 goes into 150 5 times. But I can check that, so let's try 29 times 5. Okay, 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 gives me 14. Okay, can I squeeze another 29 in there? No. Okay, so I'm going to go with 29 times 5. Okay, notice how I'm lining up my place values, right? Don't write this 2 like all the way over here, you know, that sort of thing. I know it's slanted, okay, but generally speaking, my place values are still lined up, right? So I brought down this 7, which means that I'm going to write the 5 over the 7. You're kind of writing it over the number that you brought down, if that helps, okay? So anyway, 29 times 5 is 145. And then Brady just kind of was talking about you can like make another row, like just, you know. So 157 minus 145 is what I'm solving. So 7 minus 5 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. Do I have anything else to bring down?
No.
No, right? I know it gets a little funky. But no, I have nothing else to bring down. And 29 can't go into 12. So my answer is 215, remainder 12. Okay? Questions on what I just did?
No.
Okay, so it's the same thing that we've been doing. Okay, same thing. We've just taken those baby steps and we moved on up to these really big numbers, right? But you guys can handle it. You are totally capable. You totally got it. Yeah, Brooks.
I don't really know what to do in the check for like this.
Same thing. So you do 29 times, or 215 times 29, and then add the remainder, right? So I actually, today though, I probably won't have you check with multiplication. We're just gonna have do the problem just to save you guys some work as well, okay? So yeah, but if you were to check with multiplication like we've been doing, it's the same thing. Quotient times divisor plus remainder, right? The product of the quotient and the divisor plus the remainder. So it would be 215 times 29. And then whatever you get from that, you would add 12. And you should get your divisor. Okay, so that's how you would check with multiplication. I probably won't have you do it on the homework, but if you're not sure if you got the right answer, go ahead and check. Take the 2 minutes to check. Okay. Are you guys ready to try one?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen to my instruction very carefully. Get out your whiteboard and your dry erase marker. That's it. Whiteboard, dry erase marker. Go. We're going to do this one together. Not writing anything yet, though. Fight the temptation. Oh, fight the temptation.
Just making sure my marshmallows broke.
Alright, then we're going to need a new one. Okay. Fight the temptation. Fight it. Fight it. Self-control, right? Self-control. Okay. Go ahead and write this problem in the standard algorithm. Once you've done that, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on your desk so I know you are ready. Just on your desk. Okay? You guys good? Oh, I didn't say start solving it, just write it. Okay. We're going to do it together and then you guys are going to do it on your own. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to hear everybody participating. They're ready. Okay? Here we go. You guys got it. Okay. Can 63 go into 6?
No.
No. Can it go into 66?
Yes.
How many times?
1.
Good job. What is 63 times 1?
63.
63. Good job. Write that underneath. Give you a chance to get that down. And remember, we're following the dad, mom, sister, brother, right? So we just divided, we just multiplied. What's after multiply? Subtract. So 66 minus 63, what does that equal?
3.
3. And then bring down. So we got to bring it on down. And then bring it on back to the top, right? All right, my friends, this is like the one we had the exit ticket this morning. Can 63 go into 34?
No.
No. So 0 times. 63 goes into 34 0 times. All right, so put that 0 over the 4 because that's what we brought down, okay? What is 63 times 0? Go.
0.
0. So do 34 minus 0. What is that?
34.
34. Good. 4th grade and I just reviewed the rules for multiplying 0 and 1. A lot of times we're tempted to say 63 times 0 is 63. Nope. Anything times 0 equals 0, right? Just as a quick side note, they came up with this really cool way to remember it. So if you think of like being in a battle, okay, 0 is like this big black hole that just wants to like suck everything up, and it kills everything and it turns everything into zeros, right? So anytime anything goes up against a 0, it always loses. The 0 wins, and it turns, like it wants to turn everybody into a 0. Kind of like a zombie, right? But a 1 is like this little stick of a person, or a number, I guess, right? It's like a little stick of a number, and it's like, okay, fine, you stay the way you are. It's fine. I don't want to, right? So anytime we multiply something by 1, it stays the same, right? Because the 1 doesn't fight. It just stays there like, oh.
It's a scared cat.
Anyway, so I hope that helps. Okay? Moving on. So 34 minus 0 gives me 34. So I subtracted. What's the next step?
Bring down.
Bring down. So bring down that 9. Okay? This is where rounding can be helpful. This is where trial and error kind of comes into play, right? Is that important right now? You don't even know what time it is, so you can actually put that away. Okay? Right now it's just math. Okay? Alright, so start to think about how many times 63 would go into 349. Start to think about it. Maybe jot down what you're thinking. Okay? So maybe go ahead and start working on the next part, which is dividing 63 into 349. And then we'll come back together. Okay? So find the next digit in our quotient. Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. As long as that helps you to see how many times it would go in. But yeah. So use it to help. Yeah, don't finish it out. Just find the next digit. Okay?
Wait, can I go over this number?
No, you cannot. Can't go over. Anyone need help with this part? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So use that to help you. So then 60 does go into 305 times. So now multiply 63 times 5 and see what you get. Right, that's awesome, David. That's what we're looking for. You're gonna want to multiply this guy, not that guy, because that guy's got to stay the same. But the trial and error is multiplying this guy to see how many times you would multiply it to get close to this one. Okay. All right. 1 more minute. Try and find it. Okay. No, not yet. So we're not finding our answer yet. We're going to find out how many times this number goes into this number. So like it. I like it.
And double
To
as
write,
6.
but up here.
How many times would you put it?
I don't know.
Not my number. 6 and 3. You know what 6 times 6 is?
Right? Yeah. What did you get?
Do you know what 6
What'd
times
you write
5
down?
is? Oh, people like that. I don't know. What is it?
Yes. So you guys can find out what you got. Keep that. Don't worry. How many times did you multiply 63?
63 times 5.
Yeah. Keep it right there. And then we're done with that. Can I call on you for this part? Okay, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, we're gonna come back together. So I saw a lot of good answers. A lot of you were rounding 63 and 349 in your head to kind of guesstimate how many times to multiply 63. So I really like what Diego did. So Diego rounded 63 to 60 and 349 to 300. And he used that to help him think of how many times to multiply 63. So he was like, okay, how many times would I multiply 60 to get to 300? And he found that it would be 5 times. Okay, so he used that to help him, right? So then Diego did 63 times 5. And Diego, what'd you get for that?
Oh,
Good, 315. Okay, did anyone do the same thing?
me.
And raise your hand. Okay, cool. That's what we're looking for, okay? So 63 goes into 349 how many times? 5. Good. What is 63 times 5? Class?
Oh,
What'd we get?
315.
15. All right. And then, sorry to put you on the spot, Diego. What'd you get when you subtracted those?
Oh, 34.
34. Good. Okay. Do we have anything else to bring down? No. So what is our remainder?
34.
34. So 105, remainder 34.
And if you add a 0 on it, it's 240.
But that, why would we do
It'd
that?
be correct.
Okay. All right. Questions on what we did? I want to hear them.
Nope.
Okay. Charlie?
Is it like for answer? Is it okay to put a like for
Yeah.
not like area?
That's fine. I mean, we want to move away from that just because it can be confusing with area, but if it's going to help you, then sure. But you don't have to. Your answer is just going to be on top of the bracket, you know? So, okay. How you guys feel? Okay. Yeah, I'm a little hungry too, but we're almost there, I promise. So,
just give us extra one?
can you erase your whiteboards for me and put them away?
But